Welcome back, future medicos. We are very close to the NEET UG 2021 exam. I'm sure you are in the last minute preparation. This video is mainly about how you should behave on the day of the examination. What are the do's and don'ts, what you should carry for the exam and what you should not carry, what you should wear and what you should not wear, right? So some of the very important information related to the examination has been covered in this video. I strongly recommend you to watch until the end of this video. I know a lot of YouTubers say this to watch until the end of the video, but this is really an important video. There are a lot of information, lot of content I believe will be useful for you before you go to the exam. So before you go to the exam, at least watch once so that you will be clear and then you don't get any kind of surprises in the examination. First, there are certain questions from candidates. Why my admit card is showing provisional? And is it only showing to me? Why it is showing only to me that it is provisional? Okay, to be open to you, to be honest with you, it is not only provisional for you. In fact, everyone, the admit card is provisional. Why NTA is saying it is provisional? Because they have not verified any of the details you have given. All the details is what you have entered. Nobody has verified it. So basically, when they say provisional, they are saying that it is subject to verification of your documents at a later stage. So basically, it is nothing to worry. Everybody is getting the provisional admit card only. So just don't think anything about it. Just go for the exam. There won't be any final admit card. Okay, don't wait for final admit card. This is the final one. Okay, even though it is called provisional, this is the one you are going to use for your exam. The second point, someone has asked, they have selected a particular regional language for their exam. So their question is, my admit card shows only one medium of answering paper and it is not bilingual with English. Because I have clarified with this particular candidate that the exam will be bilingual if he select Marathi. So he is concerned, he is worried now, will the paper also be in one language only? Okay, for you, if you have this question, if you have selected your examination in Hindi, or maybe you have selected the examination in Tamil, Gujarati or Kannada, you all may have this kind of question. All I say is, please refer to the NEET bulletin. It's very clearly stated, which is I'm showing clause 3.5.3. Candidates opting for English would be provided test booklet in English only. If you have opted for English, you will get single language question paper. Whereas candidates opting for Hindi would be provided with a bilingual test booklet in English and Hindi. Okay, if you have selected Hindi and if your admit card shows Hindi, it means you will get the question paper in both languages, Hindi and English. Similarly, if you have selected any regional language like Marathi, Tamil, Kannada, okay, you will also have bilingual. You will have a Tamil question, the same question you will have the English translation. However, take note that in case of any ambiguity, okay, in case there is an ambiguity in the regional paper, for example, 2 or 3 years ago, there was a court case where a lot of candidates were complaining that the translation in Tamil was terrible. And of course, in fact, the Madras High Court has given 196 marks. They said that I think around 44 or 46 questions were considered the translation were wrong, and they have given 196 marks for all the candidates who took the exam in Tamil. But subsequently, the Supreme Court has overruled that, and then they said, whatever the question in English, that is final. Okay, whatever the regional language question is maybe for reference only. Okay, so in case if there is any discrepancy, if there is any ambiguity in the regional question, then English will be taken as the final. So this may not be something you need to worry about it at this point of time. If you are comfortable in the regional language, just continue to read the question in the regional language. Only in some questions, if you believe that there is some translation error, there is something, obviously you know that something is wrong, then probably you can quickly refer to the English version so that you may get some clarity. Okay, that is the purpose. In case of any ambiguity in translation, its English version shall be treated as final, and the decision of NTA shall be final in this regard. Okay. The most important point in your admit card, make sure to take note of the reporting or entry time. Okay, the exam time is 2 o'clock, but the reporting time is much earlier. Okay, here in this example, it is shown as 1 p.m., but some of you may have different time. You may have 12:30. Some of you may be 12 p.m. Some of you may be 11:30 a.m. or even someone may have 11 a.m. Right? So look at what is your reporting or entry time at the center and make sure that you are there at that particular time. If possible, maybe half an hour or 1 hour earlier, try to reach there. Right? We don't know what kind of problem we will face in the travel from our home to the examination center. Let's not take risk on this particular day. On this one day, let us reach the exam center much earlier. Okay, if you are traveling from some other city, if you need to travel 100 kilometers, 150 kilometers, try to travel the day earlier. Don't try to travel in the morning. I know some of you might be thinking, I want to start at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. The exam is at 2 o'clock. It will take only 3 hours, 4 hours. I will reach there comfortably. Okay, if possible, I recommend to travel the previous night. Why? Again, couple of years ago, there was a case in Karnataka where one train was delayed, I think around 6 or 7 hours, and nearly 500, 600 candidates could not reach the exam center on time. But fortunately, that particular time, upon request from, I think, Southern Railways or the request from the Chief Minister, the NTA has given one more slot for those candidates to retake the exam. But this may not happen every year. So don't take a risk. Try to reach there as early as possible. Remember, don't look at the 2 o'clock. You need to look at the reporting time. The reporting time is the most important thing. Even in worst case, the gate will close at 1:30. Even if you reach there 10 seconds after 1:30 or 20 seconds after 1:30, or maybe your watch shows 1:30, but their watch shows 1:30, right? Sorry, your watch shows 1:29, their watch shows 1:31, you are out. I have seen candidates who missed the exam by just coming 1 minute late. 1 minute late, and they are 1 year late in their career. Okay, I have seen in my eyes, 1 year has been lost by many candidates because they came 1 minute late. They were thinking that, oh, the exam is at 2 o'clock. What is there 1:30? I can enter at 1:35. I can enter at 1:40, 1:45, 2 o'clock only, right? But these guys are very, very, very strict. 1:30, even you are 1 minute late, the gate is closed. Nobody even will stand near the gate. They all will disappear. You cannot even request. You cannot even cry. You cannot even do anything, basically. Okay, so make sure that you are there as early as possible. Okay, you may complain that, oh, my starting time at 11 o'clock, I need to wait until 2 o'clock. You have no choice, right? It is randomly the time slots are allotted. If you have to wait for 3 hours, unfortunately, you have to wait, right? So please ensure that you go there on the right time. Another important question a lot of candidates raise, last year also this question came, will lunch be provided? Sir, they asked me to come at 11 o'clock, right? I'm leaving my house at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, right? How do I stay until 5 o'clock or 5:30? I will be hungry. Right, I understand this is a problem, but unfortunately lunch will not be provided. So probably you pack something in your hand just before you enter the exam hall, right? 11 o'clock, if you are going to enter, 10:45, you try to have some food and then enter it. Sometimes you need to stay, right? Maybe the worst case, I think you need to stay there for about 6 hours without food. I think you can survive. You are all youngsters. Most likely you should be able to handle that. But the good news, some exam centers do provide some kind of refreshments. Okay, I will show you what happened last year. This is one of the centers in Chennai, Sairam Institute, Chennai. This institute, this is a feedback from the candidates or their parents from the exam center. This is what they have told us. They said that Sairam Institute has organized in an excellent manner. They are providing Aadhaar printout. Some of them who didn't bring the Aadhaar, they help to print out. They help to print photos. Some people miss the photos. They help to take photo and print it. They have provided food and water, biscuits for candidates who enter early into the examination hall. So some centers were proactive. They were helping the students by providing biscuits. And more importantly, all of this free of charge. Right? This is one exam center. I'm not saying every exam center will do this. Okay. So this exam center has taken care of the students as well as the parents. You see here, many classrooms open for parents to wait. This doesn't happen in any center I have seen, right? Generally, they don't allow even to enter the gate inside the center, but somehow Sairam Institute has done this. I really appreciate their initiative to help the candidates and the parents. But don't expect this in every center. Go for the worst case thinking, what if nothing is helpful? I will also show you another center. This is in Namakkal in Tamil Nadu. This is an engineering college, Pavai Engineering College. Once again, they say social distancing is maintained. No food for early time slots. Even though no food is given, they have also said that water and one biscuit pack is given. So that's also good, right? One biscuit packet is given, at least that will keep the students' energy level better, right? So there are different approaches will be taken by the center. So you be prepared for anything. My advice, take some food, which reasonably good food. Don't take anything very heavy. Just before you enter the exam hall, maybe eat something and enter. Maybe you can take banana, something energetic kind of food. Now, what you should carry? You need to carry a few items. I will tell you one by one. The number one item, certainly you need to carry the admit card. The admit card you all might have printed by now. You all might have downloaded and printed. There were some issues with the size of the photograph to be pasted on the admit card. But fortunately, NTA has changed the setting. In case if you have printed 2 or 3 days ago, again, go again and reprint or re-download and print again. Should it be a color printout or black and white? It's preferably color, but in case if you get only black and white, nothing wrong. Okay, don't worry about that. Don't try to run here and there trying to find the color printout. Black and white is absolutely fine. Okay, only the photo should be in color, but this admit card can be in black and white. Nothing wrong with that. And then A4 size. Okay, print it on A4 size. Don't try to print it on other sizes like A3 and all. And make sure that it should have 4 pages. The first page, center details, that is exam center details and self-declaration form. Second page, postcard size photograph. Some of you are saying that the second page comes as blank. We are getting the postcard size photograph page on the third page. That is fine, is okay. Just ignore the blank page. Totally, there are 4 pages with content. That's all important, right? The numbers is not so important. The first page is your center details and self-declaration form. Second page, your postcard size photograph. Third page is instruction for the candidates. Fourth page is advisory related to COVID-19. Okay. So the first 2 pages are important. You must carry to the exam hall. The third and fourth page, as long as you read, confirm that what are the details inside, you no need to carry to the exam hall. If you carry also, nothing wrong. One advice, try to visit the NEET center at least 1 day earlier. Why? It will be helpful for you to know the location of the exam center. We have seen candidates going to the wrong center on the exam day and they were panicking. They don't know how to reach the other center. The other center may be like 50 kilometers away, 25 kilometers away, and then you will be almost not able to take the exam. Particularly if your exam center is an engineering college, particularly the case in Tamil Nadu, I can connect. I have seen lot of engineering colleges, the names will sound very, very similar, right? For example, you will have a college called Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering. There will be another college, Sri Venkateswara College of Technology. There will be another college, Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering and Technology. There will be another college, Sri Venkateswara College of Science and Engineering, where all of them will look very, very similar. Don't assume that, oh, Venkateswara, I know already. I know. It is there, right? Don't assume. Look at the name, look at the address. That's why I advise, if possible, visit the exam center. Make sure that the exam center mentioned in your NEET admit card is exactly same as the center you are visiting. You can ask somebody nearby, is this the same college? Is this the same school? And you will also know how long it takes, whether there is any change in direction, whether there is any traffic conditions, right? All these, the good thing, it is happening on Sunday. Generally, you may not have so much traffic, but let us not assume anything. If possible, try to visit one day earlier so that on the day of exam, you will not be panicking. Now, this is the first page. Of course, I'm using a printout from last year, but I have checked all the details, or most of the details are the same. Some one or two words here and there is different, but the content is the same. So what you need to do, the basic thing is the second half of the first page, you need to do the self-declaration, which is very similar. You might have done the self-declaration at the time of downloading the admit card. This is the same thing. First of all, look at point number 2, where they are asking that whether you have fever, cough, breathlessness, sore throat, or runny nose, body ache. Don't put anything here. Just leave it blank. Okay. Unless otherwise you really have a problem, you are affected by some kind of COVID infection or something, just leave it blank. Okay. If you are having a normal body ache, the previous day you have studied very hard and you are tired, okay, don't try to mark anything here. Please understand, this entire declaration is mainly to take note that whether you have COVID-19 symptoms or not. So look at this. If you don't have anything, just leave it blank. Don't put a tick, don't put a cross mark. Some of you are trying to put a cross mark. Some of you are trying to write no. No need to do anything. Just leave it blank. Okay, simple as that. 2B, been in close contact with a confirmed case of COVID-19. Okay, whether you are in close contact. Once again, most of you just leave it blank. Don't do anything here. No need to put yes, no need to put no. Forget about it, right? Just leave it blank. If you leave it blank, it is understood. If you are in close contact, of course, you need to put a tick mark. Then maybe you will be quarantined. You may be asked to take the exam in a separate, maybe hall, where they may have certain facilities to have you isolated separately, right? But typically, most of you will not put anything here. Just leave it as blank. 2C, this is where a lot of candidates were confused when they were when downloading the admit card. So please take note. This point, I have not been in close contact and I am not under mandatory quarantine. So for this, you just put a tick mark because you are not under mandatory quarantine. If you are under mandatory quarantine, you won't be coming to the exam center, right? So you put a tick mark there. And then travel to the following cities or country in the last 14 days prior to arriving at the center. Okay, most of you can just leave it blank. Okay, unless if you are coming from some other country where you have traveled very recently, maybe you can put that here. But generally, most of you will leave it blank. Okay, if it is a travel within 50 kilometers, 100 kilometers, you don't need to put anything here. Within the state, generally, you can leave it a blank. Okay, unless you are traveling from some other state, maybe if you want to indicate, you can indicate here, right? This is mainly for traceability, right? And then point number 3, of course, here they are asking you to refer to page 3 and page 4. You need to refer to that. Those are the instructions. And then coming at the bottom, you need to paste the photograph here. What photograph? Passport size photograph. What passport size photograph? the photo exactly as you have uploaded in the NEET application. Whatever you have uploaded in the NEET application, the same photo affix here. Don't change it. I'm getting a lot of questions related to this, right? I uploaded a photo with a blue background. Should I change it to white background now? I uploaded a photo without name, without date. Should I upload now with name and date? Or earlier I didn't have, I uploaded with name and date. Should I paste the photograph without the name and date? Right? Don't get confused. I don't know why you all have so much confusion. The instruction is very clear. Whatever you have uploaded in the NEET application, the same photo, whether you have name, date, anything, right, doesn't really matter. NTA has already approved your application. Already they have given you the admit card. So no need to think too much. Just take a printout of the same photo, affix it here. Okay. This you need to paste before reaching the exam center. Take note, this you need to do it before reaching the exam center. Okay. Don't miss it. Don't go there and search for gum and glue. Don't try to search there, right? Affix it at home. Next, this is something, your left hand thumb impression. Candidate's left hand thumb impression. Please take note, this has to be done on the day of examination. You should not do it before, you should do it on the day of examination in the presence of invigilator. So that means you cannot do it outside. You need to go into the exam hall. The invigilator will tell you, hey, can you put your thumb impression now? Then you have to put it. Particularly the repeaters, please take note of this point, because last year the condition was different. Last year they asked you to put the thumb impression at home. So last year, if you have done, you might have placed the thumb impression at home. So don't follow that practice. You may be thinking, oh, last year I did it. I bought the ink pad. I did it at home. So thinking that, don't put it here. Then your admit card will not be acceptable. Right? So make sure this is done in presence of the invigilator. Candidate's parent signature. Make sure before you enter the gate, get the parent signature. All these try to do one day before. One day before, finish all these things. Whatever you need to do at home, do it the day before. Don't do it on the exam day. Don't do it just after reaching the exam center, right? Don't do all these things. Get the signature at home. Maybe your father can sign, your mother can sign. Just get their signature, right? Don't ask me, right, sir, should parent signature done at home or should it be done at the exam center? Right? Of course, your parent will not be allowed to go into the exam hall. You need to get it outside. Okay. Don't miss it. I have seen a lot of candidates forgot to get the parent signature. They go to the exam hall, right? They try to enter the gate and then suddenly they find out, and then they coming running back. Their parents may be standing 100 meters away, 15 meters away. They are running and then trying to find the parents. So please remember to get the signature earlier. And finally, the candidate's signature, right? Your signature, make sure you don't sign it before. It should be done on the day of examination in presence of invigilator only, right? So what you need to do before entering the examination center, there are a couple of things you need to do. One, you need to paste the photo before reaching there. The second, the candidate's parent signature you need to get. The parent signature you need to get. What are the two things you need to do at the examination center? Your left-hand thumb impression, your signature. Okay, anything related to what you need to do, it is within the exam center, right? Your signature and your thumb impression. Now let's move to the second page. This is the second page. In the second page, what you need to do, you need to paste a postcard size photo, which is 4 inches by 6 inches. Again, this is the same photo which you have uploaded in the NEET application. Don't change it. It is the same photo that you have uploaded. And then the candidate and the invigilator to sign across the photo as indicated in the instructions below. Okay, once again, don't sign before. You need to paste the photograph at home, but signature you need to put at the examination hall. How you need to put the candidate to sign across the photograph on left side. The invigilator should sign across the photo on the right side. So what you will be doing, once you go into the examination hall, the invigilator will come to you and he will ask you to sign. Then you need to sign half on the paper, half on the photo, right? It will be on the left side, and then on the right side, the invigilator will be signing. Both the signature will be on the photograph, right? And then what else you need to do? This is signature of invigilator. Don't sign here. Once again, a lot of candidates will make a mistake. They will sign here and then they will say panic. Oh, I have signed at the wrong place, wrong place, wrong place. So please check. Don't sign here. Whereas this signature, you need to sign inside the examination center. Okay. So you need to put 3 signatures. All the 3 signatures is after reaching the examination center. You need to put left hand thumb impression, which is after reaching the examination center. What do you need to do at home? You need to affix the passport size photograph. You need to affix the postcard size photograph. You need to get your parent's signature, right? These are the important things you need to take care of in the page 1 and page 2 of the admit card. Okay. And then please take note that at the end of the exam, the invigilator will collect the admit card. So you need to hand it over. So don't carry and come home, right? Please hand it over. Make sure that it is handed over. Okay. They will not give you. You need to give it to them and come home. Now, what is the second item you need to carry? You need a valid photo ID proof, which is original. Okay. Make sure you carry original. Don't carry photocopy. So what are acceptable photo IDs? Aadhaar card. This is the best one. If not, if you have PAN card, you can carry PAN card. Driving license, maybe you may not have it, but some of you who are more than 18 years, maybe you may have a driving license. Voter ID, if you have, you can get the voter ID. Passport, ration card, 12th class board admit card. Most likely, I don't think we all will have this year because no board exam has happened. So this may not be possible. Or Aadhaar enrollment number with photo. Make sure that it has a photo. Your photo should be there. If no photo, it is not acceptable. It is a valid photo ID proof in original. Okay, take note of that. Now, some of you may ask the question, can I carry my school ID? Okay, not acceptable. Don't carry school ID. Photocopies of any of these documents also not acceptable. Original is needed. And then you cannot show anything on a mobile phone. Don't say that, oh, I have a mobile phone. I have an application which will show my document, right? Not acceptable. All these are not acceptable. So make sure that you have a valid photo ID proof in original. This is very, very important. So admit card, photo ID proof. These two are mandatory. Then what else you need to carry? A transparent water bottle. Of course, this is not mandatory, but you carry this because you are going to be there for maybe 4 or 5 hours at least. So you need some water. Okay. There may be water supply there, but generally they may not provide water inside the examination center hall. Better carry a water bottle, maybe a ½ liter or 1 liter water bottle you can carry. My advice, don't try to buy expensive bottles. Normally, if you go to the shopping center, they will have like Kinley, or whatever, Aquafina, right? Whatever the water bottle, right? All these will have a very small sticker, right? You can see here in this picture, this small sticker is there. It's very easy to peel off. Once you peel off, it is a beautiful transparent water bottle. Okay. It will be like 10 rupees or 20 rupees. Just get it the day before. Don't wait on the day of exam again. The day before, buy this, keep it with you. Maybe you buy a couple of more bottles because in case if you are waiting outside for 1 or 2 hours, maybe you can drink the water. The half bottles, you can give it to the parents. Carry the bottle with full water into the exam hall so that at least you can survive for the 3-4 hours with the water bottle. Okay. So this is something not mandatory, but I strongly advise you to carry this. What else you need to carry? Hand sanitizer, 50 ml. Try to get a small bottle. You go to the shopping center, again, there will be some hand sanitizers, which will be very, very small bottle. Or if you have some transparent water bottle at home, you can transfer it. But try to have a very small bottle. Don't carry a heavy, big one. And also try to have something that doesn't have a lot of wordings. Try to peel off if there is any writing or something on the bottle cover, right? If there is some stickers, try to remove all those. Try to have a transparent hand sanitizer bottle, preferably 50 ml. Don't carry a bigger one. They may not allow you. Okay. They will have hand sanitizer, but they are recommending you to bring it also. Another one, wear a mask when you are going. Okay. They will provide you a mask when you enter the exam hall, but you should wear a mask for your protection. So wear a mask. Once you enter the entry point, they will ask you to remove remove the mask you are wearing. They will ask you to put it into the dustbin, and then you can get the mask they are giving you, and then you can wear that. So make sure that you are wearing a mask. This is my recommendation. This is not given in the instructions, but it is always recommended that you wear a mask. Once you enter, they will give you a mask, exchange that, throw yours into the dustbin, and then wear the fresh mask given to you. There is nothing stated about the gloves. I have not seen anything this year. Last year, there was a requirement for gloves. This year, I don't see any instruction related to gloves. The fifth item, this is mandatory. Okay, this I should have put even earlier. This is mandatory that you need to carry one more passport size photograph. Okay, you are going to paste one passport size photograph on the first page, one postcard size photograph on the second page, and you need to carry one passport size photograph in a loose manner, because this you need to paste in the attendance sheet that is provided in the exam hall. So within the exam hall, the invigilator will bring the attendance sheet. They will ask you to paste the photograph. Okay, they will provide a glue or Fevistick or something they will give you. In case in some studios, they have like a peel off stickers kind of photograph. If you can get that also, well and good, right? But carry the passport size photograph so that you can paste it. Don't forget this. Okay. This is very, very important. Don't forget. You need a passport size photograph in addition to the one you have pasted on the admit card. PWD certificate, that is persons with disability certificate, particularly those who are going to use a scribe. If you are going to use a scribe, you need to produce a certificate that you are eligible to use a scribe, and then whatever the documents related to the scribe should also be produced. Typically, like the scribe also should give an undertaking, should also give a photo ID. All these also needed for the scribe. Diabetic students will be allowed to carry eatables like sugar tablets or fruits like banana, apple, or orange, right? This you should have indicated at the time of application itself. There is one clause where they ask whether you are a diabetic. In case if you have not indicated at that time, I'm not sure whether they will allow you now, but you can bring it, you can explain to them, right, that I'm a diabetic, I need to carry this with me. Most likely they will allow you. But what is not allowed, you cannot carry packed foods. You can carry fruits, but you cannot carry packed foods like chocolates, candy, sandwich. All these are not allowed. Okay. What else is not allowed to carry? Instrument box, geometry box, pencil box, handbag, purse, any kind of paper, stationery, textual material, right? Printer, written material. Okay, please be careful. Some of you might write something as a hand notes and then quickly you wanted to refer before entering the exam hall. Don't put it in your pocket. Okay, before entering the gate, make sure that if there is anything in the pocket, throw it out before you enter, right? Maybe unknowingly something might be left in your pocket and that might put you into trouble. Make sure you check your pockets before you enter the exam hall. Eatables are not allowed unless otherwise you are a diabetic. Mobile phone, earphones, microphones, pages, right? All kind of electronic gadgets are not allowed. Calculator, log tables, any type of watch, right? Analog watch or digital watch, nothing is allowed. You cannot wear any watch. No metallic item. Try to avoid any kind of metallic item like bracelets, all those you can avoid. Any electronic gadgets or devices like Bluetooth, all these are considered as misuse or unfair means. Another important thing, dress code. Even though not a lot of guidelines is given by NTA related to dress code, I strongly advise you to follow the dress code based on the previous experiences, the previous years, whatever happened, please try to follow. Let us not any risk on that particular day, right? So dress code, you should wear half sleeves. Full sleeves are not allowed. So don't wear full sleeves, wear half sleeves. Belt is not allowed, particularly boys, you might be using belt. So make sure that you have a pants, you have a trousers, which is comfortable without the belt, okay? Make sure that you don't have big buttons in the dress. Particularly girls may have some fancy buttons in the dress. So try to avoid such kind of dress where there are big buttons. In case if you are wearing any kind of religious or customary dress, try to reach the center earlier. Maybe if your time is like 12 o'clock, try to reach maybe 11 o'clock so that you will be thoroughly checked. Particularly like Muslim girls, they may have some kind of religious dress. Sikh candidates may have some kind of dress. So in case if you have anything customary or religious dress, you need to reach the center earlier. Again, this is something it was asked, I think, as part of the NEET application. So probably you should have indicated. If you have indicated, try to reach the exam center earlier as possible. Another problem, try to avoid inner wear with metal strips, right? One girl got into a trouble when she had an inner wear with metal strips. This happened few years ago. We have not heard any such incidents later on. But better be careful, let's not do this. Okay, so try to avoid something with metal strips. And then avoid shoes, don't wear shoes. Okay, shoes are not allowed. If you wear shoes, they will ask you to leave it outside the gate. Avoid high heels. Okay, girls particularly, you may be using high heels. On this particular day, leave your high heels at home. Try to find something that is comfortable, that is having a simple kind of sandals or slippers, right? That would be fine, right? Nothing, any of these items you should not be wearing. No ornaments like ring, earrings, necklace. Some of you have told me that, sir, this is something that I consider as a lucky charm, right? Unfortunately, you cannot use all these inside the exam hall. So don't wear any ring, bracelets, earrings, necklace, pendants, anything you have, give it to your parents before you go to the exam. If possible, leave it at home. Don't carry anything. Please avoid crowding near the gate. Particularly, this is an advice from me because this is a COVID-19 period. Even though it seems like slightly down, we don't know what will happen very soon. Particularly, this advice is for the parents. Parents can stay away from the gate as much as possible. Leave the candidate. The candidates know how to handle the situation. They are well grown up, but tell them that where you are waiting, in case if they have any problem, they can come to you very quickly, right? So please avoid crowding near the gate. There will be huge crowd, okay? Everyone wants to look at their child getting into the gate, okay? Try to avoid that, right? As much as possible. I know the anxiety, but as much as possible, try to avoid this. Do not try to adopt any kind of unfair means, right? We have seen over the years, any kind of unfair means, there are a lot of chances to be found out, and you will almost like lose your entire career. Your life will be lost, right? We have seen some big people, doctors, right? Their children are affected by adopting unfair means. Don't do that. This is just another exam, right? If you are qualified, you get a seat, right? There is nothing to do unfair practice and get a medical seat. What is the point, right? If you cannot even pass the NEET exam, right? Just leave it, right? There are a lot of courses there. We can go and do lots and lots of courses. You can be successful in life. The one I'm talking to you, I'm not a doctor. I have nothing to do with medical. but I'm okay, I'm fine, I'm successful in life. So if you are interested, if you can do well in the exam, well and good, my best wishes, do it, right? It's a job of pride. I have no doubt about it. But it's not something that desperately you must get it by doing cheating or unfair means. Try to avoid, because you will be get caught. The final advice: download, print and keep copy of admit card for future use. Maybe you might have downloaded only one copy. I advise download at least 2-3 copies. One copy, whatever I have suggested, pasting the photograph, everything, do everything, carry that with you. Carry one more admit card as a standby in case something has gone wrong. Somewhere you have signed wrong place, or you have pasted wrong photo, or some mistake you have done, or some water has poured into the admit card. At least you have a standby. Quickly you can use that before you enter the exam hall. So maybe have a 2 admit card as a standby, and then 1 admit card, leave it at home, right? Because the admit card is needed during admission. This is one of the important documents for admission. So keep that safe at home. If you have a computer, you can download and save it. Once again, save it at multiple places. In case the hard disk get corrupted, don't lose the admit card, because after the exam, NTA will disable the facility to download the admit card. I've seen in the previous years, when the admission window starts, a lot of candidates were asking, sir, how do I download the admit card again? I don't have a copy of the admit card. Where do I find it, right? Where can I get it? Can I ask NTA? Without admit card, will they allow me to attend the counseling, right? All these questions at the last minute. So that's why I'm trying to caution you right now. Please make sure that you print and keep a copy of the admit card for future use. Finally, my best wishes to you. Probably I may not be doing another video before the NEET exam, I believe. So my best wishes to you. Actually, I'm going on a 3 days holiday trip during this weekend. It's a long weekend for us. But for you, it's a very important weekend. You all might be studying and preparing for the exam. But for me, it's a relaxing weekend. But I will certainly be following up. I will be certainly looking at the comments. I will try to respond as much as possible. Okay, I will try to help in case any important comments coming up. I will try to help you to respond. But please note that these 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I may or may not be closely following what is happening on this YouTube channel, possibly, right? So my best wishes to you. I'm sure you will do well. You will be doing wonders in the exam. The exam is going to be easier for you. You have prepared for a long time. Go ahead, take the exam confidently. Confidence is extremely important. Go ahead and take the exam confidently. After the exam, we will discuss a lot of things related to medical admission. That is going to be important for you. But for that, you need to get a good score in the NEET. That is the basic foundation. So go ahead, do well. My best wishes to you. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.